Have you ever experienced a moment where your entire existence turned topsy-turvy in the blink of an eye? 1 second, life feels flawless, and the next, your reality crumbles into fragments. That's precisely what unfolded for me during a family celebration for my wife's cousin. I slipped outside to take a brief phone call, and what I witnessed there is etched in my memory forever. The day had begun like any other, unremarkable yet comforting. My wife, Clara, and I had shared 3 blissful years of marriage, navigating life's ups and downs together. I believed nothing could fracture our bond. Or so I thought. We were on our way to her cousin's birthday party, and I was genuinely looking forward to it. Clara's family is a vibrant, sprawling clan, always brimming with warmth and hospitality, making me feel like one of their own. The house buzzed with the aroma of freshly baked cake, the sound of laughter, and the gentle clinking of glasses. Clara radiated joy, her face alight with the glow she always wore among loved ones. Her infectious laughter filled the space, and I couldn't help but smile as I watched her mingle effortlessly. Yet, beneath my contentment, an uneasy sensation gnawed at me, a vague sense that something was off. I noticed Clara lingering in conversation with her cousin Nathan, more than seemed typical. It wasn't just their words. It was the way their eyes locked, a subtle spark passing between them that I couldn't quite decipher. I tried to dismiss it as my imagination running wild, but the unease clung to me like a shadow. As the evening wore on, that feeling only deepened. Needing a moment to clear my thoughts, I stepped outside for a work-related call. The cool night air was a relief, and I focused on the voice on the other end of the line. But when I glanced back toward the house, my world tilted. There on the porch stood Clara and Nathan, standing far too close, their laughter intimate and unguarded. My heart lurched. Nathan's hand rested lightly on Clara's arm, and she didn't pull back or tense. It wasn't a fleeting, innocent gesture. It carried a weight, a silent message that spoke louder than words. I stood rooted to the spot, my mind scrambling to make sense of the scene. My stomach churned as a sickening realization began to take hold. Something was happening between them. I tried to push the thought away, but it burrowed deeper, refusing to be ignored. I cut the call short and strode back toward the house, my pulse hammering in my ears. I needed clarity, and I couldn't wait another moment. Approaching Clara, I fought to keep my voice steady, though my hands trembled. "I saw you with Nathan," I said quietly, the words barely escaping my lips. For a fleeting moment, her expression flickered. Guilt, recognition, something she couldn't hide. "It's not what it looks like," she murmured, her gaze darting away from mine. But her face betrayed her. The truth was written in her eyes. "What's going on, Clara?" I pressed, my voice rising with urgency. "What's happening between you and Nathan?" Silence stretched between us, heavy and suffocating, as she searched for words. My heart splintered with every passing second, but I couldn't stop. I needed the truth, no matter how much it hurt. Finally, she exhaled shakily and spoke, her voice quivering. "I didn't mean for it to happen," she said. It just did. Nathan and we didn't plan this." The words hit me like a physical blow. She'd been seeing Nathan behind my back. For how long? Weeks. Months. The pain was a tidal wave, threatening to drown me. My vision blurred as I fought to stay composed. Clara tried to explain, but her words were a distant hum, drowned out by the roaring truth. Our marriage, the life we'd built, the love I thought was unshakable, it was all a facade. My trust in her shattered into pieces, and the love I'd cherished felt stolen in an instant. "I'm so sorry," she whispered, her voice cracking with emotion. "I never wanted to hurt you." But how could I believe her? How could I see her the same way after this betrayal? How could I ever trust her again? Each word she spoke tightened the knot in my chest, making it harder to breathe. I loved her, deeply, fiercely, but this wasn't something I could simply erase. The rest of the night blurred into a haze. Clara stayed near me, but an invisible chasm separated us. The joyous chatter and music that once filled the room now felt empty, like a cruel mockery of the storm raging inside me. Every glance at Clara shifted my perception of her. She was no longer the woman I thought I knew, the one I'd entrusted with my heart. I stayed at the party, but I was a ghost, unable to meet anyone's eyes. The family carried on, unaware of the devastation that had just upended my life. The drive home was suffused with a silence so thick it pressed against my chest. Words eluded me. What could I say? The woman I'd vowed to spend my life with had betrayed me, and I was lost in the wreckage. At home, I grappled with impossible questions. Could I forgive her? Could I find a way to salvage what we had? Or was this the end of everything we'd built? That night, I lay awake, the weight of the truth crushing me. The future was a dark, uncertain void, but one thing was undeniable. Nothing would ever be the same. What would you do in my place? Could you find it in yourself to forgive such a betrayal? Or would you walk away? This chapter of my life is far from over, and the path ahead remains unclear.